Hey guys, Glenn here with Equipped to Endure, and today I'm going to show you how to make this knot here, this lanyard knot, which is a diamond knot. So this is on 550 fire cord, and this one is just a loop with the knot at the end, so I can move this lanyard to other knives if I want to. You can do the braid or the knot, you can do a braid down the fire cord, and then the knot after you put the cord through the knife if it's going to stay there for good. This is also a nice knot to use to do zipper pulls. So I'll show you how to make that. I have here a little larger piece of cord so it's a little easier for you to see the knot, and then we'll make one on the fire cord. So you want to start out by making a loop, just like that, just simple little loop. Then the next thing, you take the other end of your line and go across that loop. So you're right like that. Let's see if we can get you out here. Then you take that end and you go under and over and under again and over and then under. You always make sure you give yourself enough line. I didn't there, but so then you end up with this figure 80 looking pretzel type figure, and if you notice what that is, that's a carrick bend. So however you want to make your carrick bend is fine. There's 6 1/2 dozen ways to do it, but that's the way we're doing it here. So then you want to tighten that carrick bend up, because the least amount of slack you have in there when you go to finish the knot, the easier it's going to be for you. So you tighten it up, and what you want to do is you want to keep this hole in the center right here. So then you take this loose end on the right and you go over top of the left side and back up through the hole in the middle. Then you take the one from the left and you go over top the right and you come up through that hole in the center also. Now this is the part where you're going to be wanting to just pull both these ends real tight to finish the knot, but don't do that. It'll end up distorting the knot before you tighten it up, and it'll be tough to do. So then after you've done that, you just travel around the knot and tighten it up. And try to shape it some as you go. You want a nice round decorative knot when you're finished. So then you find these loose ones like this one and just start going around the knot, tightening them up. So once you get this knot tightened up, it is tight and it's going to stay that way. And the tighter you make it, of course, the neater the knot will be and the rounder the shape. But as you're doing that, you'll likely bend back your fingernails, so be careful. If it gets to the point where you can't pull the cord through there, grabbing it with your fingernails, then get out your multi-tool and use the pliers on that. It's worse with the paracord. So you just go around. You know, I can keep working that to get it shaped better, but this large cord's a little tough to get the shape that I'm looking for, and once you get it nice and tight, it's pretty hard to take apart. So that's what you're looking for. So to do it with the 550 fire cord, we're just going to do the same thing. So you want to determine how long you want your lanyard to be. If you're just going to use a 2-strand loop type lanyard, or if you're going to braid it down, which we'll show you some braids as well. Figure your length. So for this, I'm not going to cut the cord, but I'll show you how the knot goes. So you want to make your loop. You want to leave plenty of tag end to work the knot, plus depending on how much of a tassel you want at the end of the knot, you have to accommodate for that. So you make your loop, then you cross it. If we can get some of this out of the way. And you have that. Then you go under, over, under, over top this one, and then under again. And there you have your carrot bend. So this one you want to make as tight as you can and still keep that hole in the center. Then you take the one from the right, go over top the left, that hole opened up, push it through there. Take the one from the left, go over top your right hand side, and come up through the hole in the middle. Then try to roll it over and get it shaped up a little bit. And gently start tightening it up. Because if you pull it and tighten it too much in the beginning, the knot's going to try to flatten out. And it's going to make it a little tough for you to shape it. I'm trying to look around the camera here so you can see it just as I'm seeing it. So it's a little tough on me here, but bear with me. And so you want to just keep going around and tightening it up. Sometimes it's a little hard to find the one you're looking for, but you'll get used to it after a while. You tie a few of them. So I'm not going to pull this knot real tight, just because I do want to take it back apart. But the more you tighten that, the more it's going to get a nice round shape. And there you have a diamond knot for a lanyard. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared.